town, there lived a tea house. Not a fancy, snooty tea house where you sat in Victorian chairs and ate pinafores with big hats, nor a trendy modern tea house where you sat on metal stools and ordered single-source teas from places like Socio Boulogne and Tipping Moncoul. But it was a Hobbit tea house, and that means comfort. It had a perfectly round door, painted green, and the door opened into a small, long room that was typically known as a shotgun house in the southern Shire. It was a small room, but very homey, even for the larger elves that ventured to this part of the world. They always knew they could find hospitality, good food, and magical brew. There were lots of things to look at in the tea room. Hobbits liked their crafts and their treasures, their books to read, and their stories to tell. And it always smelled deliciously of spices and herbs. But the best smell drifted from the kitchen, from the bubbling soups made with secret ingredients that the dark world of commercialism would try to destroy. But the favorite room was the one with windows overlooking the Foley Shire. Here's where you would often see the best of the Shire. In fact, what hobbits really like to do, be at peace while reading a book, having a friendly conversation, and eating under the gentle oaks that cooled them. The owners of the tea rooms were sisters who had been feeding and teaing people for a long time. The town people considered them very respectable, even though they were a little forgetful and very bad spellers, making terribly funny mistakes on their daily menu and spelling Gandalf with a PH to Gandalf's annoyance. They just took to heart that these sisters were really a little eccentric. However, everyone knew they could find hospitality here, even the occasional orc or dragon, and one could always count on a very good cup of tea when you stopped in. This is the story of how the sisters had an adventure and found themselves doing and saying things altogether unexpected.
Unexpected?
Unexpected! Unexpected!
You want to know
You're
something unexpected?
You're unexpected.
Why? I'm not unexpected, you're unexpected. I'm totally expected, you're in front of my door.
Radagast, why didn't you tell me
just
Bilbo
got
was
back from an
coming for
adventure,
tea?
and there's already a bunch of... Wow. Hello?
Well, Bilbo, you were a little late, and I thought I would maybe read the traditional reading of The Hobbit.
The Hobbit? How did you know the name of my new book? I just got back from the adventure myself. I haven't even decided to write a book until you said that.
You and that green dragon one night told me all about it.
Oh.
Oh.
I got to stay away from the ale.
Yes.
It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. Full of darkness and danger they were. And you didn't want to know the end, because how could the ending be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was after all the bad that had happened? But a new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clear. Those were the stories that stuck with you, that meant something. I understand now, Mr. Frodo. Folk in those stories had a lot of chances of turning back. Only they didn't. Because they were holding on to something, Mr. Frodo.
What, Sam? What?
That there's a lot of good left in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for.
All right, Sam. Let's go.
I'm going to talk about the middle, then we're going to do the grand finale. Where's my eye? Come on, boys. You missed it. All right, now watch.
We'll be right back.